This is a special report from ABC News Digital.
The stars have aligned this holiday weekend, and it could mean a dazzling show for sky watchers and night owls across North America. Hey everyone, I'm Dan Kleffler in New York, and NASA predicting a spectacular meteor shower to begin around 2 a.m. in the east on Saturday and go on for 2 hours. Listen to these numbers, 200 to 1,000 meteors lighting up the nighttime sky. So I want to bring in Dr. James Garvin, Chief Scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, to give us some more details on this. Dr. Garvin, thanks for being with us. I know exciting times over at NASA. So break it down. Like, what's happening tonight? Or tomorrow morning, I should say.
Well, Dan, we're going to be flying through the dusty trail, if not the tail, of a comet known as P209 Linear, rediscovered several years ago. And this dusty tail will give us a great opportunity for the Earth to encounter all the small particles shed from these small bodies, these cometary nuclei, as they approach the sun. And we will fly right through it with an opportunity to experience hundreds, if not up to 1,000 of these meteor strikes in our upper atmosphere every hour, which could be really dazzling and all safe and really evidence of science in action in our solar system.
I love the fact that you put in there all safe, because that's the first question that always comes to mind, is if we've got like thousands of pieces of debris flying through our atmosphere, you know, safety obviously something that comes up on there. Is this the first time that we're going through this trail, this meteor?
Yes, this is the first time we will have this particular great opportunity to go through it. Scientists are working feverishly to look back through records to see whether we've ever seen any evidence of this one before. But this time we know will be the first in history, and at least in recent human history, to have experienced it. So that's why it's so exciting. A first science experience for all of us.
And so you're talking about it coming relatively close to the Earth's atmosphere. No communication problems, nothing like that you're anticipating from this?
Not at all. The Earth flies through cosmic dust trails all the time. There are multiple meteor showers every year from the short period comets that leave behind that kind of debris. We're talking about dust and gas and things the size of sand and finer. So these things burn up when they encounter our atmosphere. So they give us a great light show. They also provide science, kind of like forensic science. So it's win-win.
So let me ask you something. What exactly is happening then? Because obviously we see it at night. Is it the reflection off the sun? Is it a reflection off the other stars? How do we actually see that? You know, like, where does the light sort of emulate from when all these particles are flying through?
Sure. Well, the particles shed from the comet nucleus, which could be a few miles across, that's what we think. This cometary nucleus is passed close to the sun. The sun warms up the gases and dust. They become expelled, sometimes in jets, as streams. They produce this dusty trail. It's kind of like almost like a fog. That's what astronomers even call them, dirty snowballs. And then we pass through it as Earth. Now, Earth is a big atmosphere that shields us from all the nasty stuff. It's why we live here so well. And when these dust particles, these sand-sized particles, hit the Earth's upper atmosphere at cosmic velocities, 12 miles a second, they are burnt up immediately. The same way the heat of friction that causes our space shuttle or capsules to heat up as we re-enter happens, such as that happens on these little dust particles, and they're essentially vaporized. And that vapor show, that spontaneous heating and burning up, produces light that we can see. So it's really a marvelous science experiment by Mother Nature.
It is fascinating. Okay, so who's got front row seats on this show?
Well, all of us do. And tonight in North America, we should have a great light show in the wee hours of the morning. And really could be spectacular, like some of the best we've had for the last 100 years. And gives us an opportunity to really bear witness on why these small bodies, these comets and asteroids, are so important to the way our solar system put itself together.
Any place better than others in North America for viewing?
Not really. Any place dark, just look up. You don't need anything except the old eyeballs. If you have glasses, of course, wear them, please. And you should be able to see them. If you look up sort of a bit north toward the North Star, the area where they will appear to be emanating from, the radiant, is in this constellation Camelopardalis, and that's why we'll call them the Camelopardalids. It's sort of the nomenclature we use.
So what do we know then about this 209P Linear then? How is it different from other meteors, from what you have been able to gather?
Well, it's one of these special classes of comets. We think it may be one that's a little older from its various passages close to the sun. It slowly obliterates itself over time. It's one of these Jupiter-class ones. It's a little red spectrally, which is very important for composition, what it might be made of. But again, think of it as dirty rock and dust and gas and ices all conglomerated together, passing as close to the sun in these orbits around the sun that look like big cigars. This is one of a family of them, and the more we study, the better we take an inventory of this building block stuff, and it's why we want to study the millions of small objects that are part of living in space every day.
Now, explain to me a little bit about NASA's plans to eventually put a piece of equipment, mount it on an asteroid. I mean, first off, how is something like that even possible? Because obviously trying to catch something that's flying through the air is not an easy thing to do, and then to actually mount a piece of equipment on top of it just doubles the challenge.
Well, it's pretty amazing. I mean, the engineers we have at NASA and across all the supporting institutions, they make the impossible look so easy, we almost take it for granted. But in 2016, we'll be launching a science mission, a robot mission, to one of the interesting asteroids, which has a name called Bennu. It's about 5 football fields across. It's a particular type of asteroid that we think contains gassy, important chemistry that could be part of the building blocks that became the molecules that could have started life on planets or other places in our solar system. We'll be going to it with this robot, sort of touching it, taking in materials, and then flying away and returning a capsule of these priceless samples to Earth in context to be studied by all the laboratories of our planet, all those smart women and men that would study these things, to try to piece together how our planet actually got its early building blocks of materials, oceans, even some of the molecules that became organic. So this is a building block mission, the first of its kind. We're real excited to have it. And we should have materials back in the early 20s for the peoples of the planet to study.
Fascinating. All right, so for tonight, though, for anyone that might be stuck under the clouds or in a storm, where can we see the meteor shower? Is there anything online that NASA's going to be putting up for this?
Well, there's a lot of things online. There is a website, www.nasa.gov/OSIRIS-REx. That's our mission to an asteroid, but we'll have posting materials about this particular meteor shower, the camelopardalis. There were other sites available that there will be links to, including some of the observers in the Canary Islands and other observatories that certainly will not be cloud covered, at least most of the time, to give us a good view of this amazing first encounter with this storm, or this meteor shower.
Very, very cool. Dr. James Garvin, Chief Scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. Obviously, congratulations, and a good time for you guys tonight as well. Go home, get a nap, and then get up, right? Look for the excitement.
Yep, get some sleep, and it's going to be great.
All right, nice. Well, listen, have a happy Memorial Day weekend as well for you. And, of course, this has been an ABC News Digital Special Report. You can keep up with the story in real time, downloading the ABC News app and starring the story for exclusive updates on the go. For now, I'm Dan Kleffler in New York.